Okay, hi everyone. Wow. Okay, so I am here tonight. Let me see if I can get a better angle so it's light glaring overhead. Okay, so thank you all for joining me. Tonight we are going to talk about cord cutting, which cord cutting is an amazing shamanic ceremony. And I'll just chat for a moment, give a few people to hop on. So cord cutting is an amazing shamanic ceremony. It's also an angelic ceremony. It comes from two diverse healing practices. And that is kind of amazing when different cultures or subcultures or groups find the same truth and the exact same process and the same techniques and styles, then it's something that you go, wow, this is actually meaningful, because it's a truth that multiple organizations and people can latch on to. I'm here tonight with Gord Snaggletooth. He's going to help me maintain my sacred space tonight. And here we go. There. All right. So with the holidays coming up, like even if you're not with your family, even if you're just like at home alone. Oh, hi Diane. So glad to see you here. Even if you're home alone or if you're spending your holiday with friends, it's, your family's still in your head. There's no getting around that. And if you are with your family, you may find that even though you are a mature person who conducts your life, as an adult, as soon as you go home, you feel almost like you're 10 years old again. And you start like with dynamics from, when you were a kid. And, it's almost like you get caught in the same old paradigms and cycles from long ago. You're like, this isn't even part of my life anymore. Why am I back here? And, especially if you're taking time and maybe airline tickets or road travel to go see your family, obviously you want to have a loving current life and full life connection with them in a positive way. These are, the people who have known you literally from the moment you were born till, the day will come, if you have brothers and sisters, where they will be the only people who remember who you were as a child. You want this to be a healthy relationship. So when unhealthy dynamics pop up, it's even twice as painful then, because you're not just having an argument, but you're being denied the positive report. So a cord cutting ceremony is a great thing to do before any kind of family get together. Now I have, like right here, I have one of my ceremonial knives that I made a few years ago. This is for my earth healing shamanic work. And I have a few knives. I'm a bit of a knife fanatic. I've had this knife since I was a teenager. You don't actually need a physical knife. I'm just showing mine off. This is my kukri. I love it. This is really, really sharp. This one pretty much never comes out of the sheath. Sometimes if a person who is in my life and I want to do a cord cutting ceremony together, we will each take a knife, keeping it in the sheath, and we'll sit facing each other. We will do the cord cutting ceremony, and this is, just helps with the ceremonial aspect, but don't take it out of the sheath for this. Keep it in, so you don't actually hurt each other. So what is cord cutting? Cord cutting is a process in which first you need to recognize that everyone and everything is connected. And this is comparable to like the Polynesian and the Hawaiian kahuna magic, where what happens to one person impacts everyone else that they know and they're connected to, either physically or energetically. And you can even say that everyone is connected because we're all here on planet Earth. So whenever you are with another person, there are lines of energy that connect you. Even if you just met that person, or if you're watching that person on TV, or you're reading an article that they wrote somewhere, when you acknowledge another person's existence on the planet, or they acknowledge yours, a connection occurs. And that connection makes energy go back and forth. Like, you know, there are some people, like maybe you're at work, or maybe it's a friend or a family member that, you know, whenever you talk with them, you're just like exhausted, but they seem to like feel great, and you feel like they're just sucking all the energy out of you. That's because they are. It's because of the connections of energy that are there. And there are some people who, whenever you're together, you know, you both just feel so happy and revitalized. You're like, oh, I wish we could hang out together all the time. We both feel so good. You know, we all have all these different reports. And this is because of the energy connecting us. Like right now, I have energy that's connecting to every one of you who's watching this. And oh, hi, Ashley. I miss you too. Oh, and hi, Mary. Hello. Thank you all. I love reading the little notes. You know, it's that it's energy coming back to me, and I value it in my heart very much. Thank you. So we have energy that connects us, and certainly there's the kahuna magic, the po'ohonohono, in which you basically take the energy of that other person in yours, and you become one together, and then you heal everything that needs to be healed. So this is if you wish to heal someone else so that the energy between you will be healthy, then you do that kind of magic. That's very specific, very powerful, very, very effective. Cord cutting is comparable, but a different technique, in which you acknowledge this energy that connects you. And then you take yourself in meditation, get yourself aligned, and you take yourself to a place. Some people call it the bardo, some people call it the twilight realm, or you can go to a sacred circle, or any place where you feel you are spiritually open. And you go to this place so that your magic is full and powerful within yourself. And you call whomever or whatever it is that you wish to do the ceremony with to you. With this calling, their soul, or at least the part of their soul that's connected to their being at this time, is contractually obligated to be here. When they show up, you can talk with them if you want. You can express your truths. You can invite them to express their truths. And you will be amazed. You think, oh, it's all in my imagination. You will be amazed at the truths that they share with you. You invite them to show their true face. And then you take whatever cutting implement. A cutting implement will just like automatically appear in your hand. You call it cutting implement. And it can vary from person to person, from situation and rapport. For me, my cutting implement is usually a big flaming sword. But all of you who know me, you know, that's kind of my temperament, a big flaming sword. And after I'm done with the cutting ceremony, I sheath it on my back, which is amazing because I don't know how a sword that long I can like, but it does. A friend of mine, his cutting implement, a very powerful shaman friend, his cutting implement is a little pair of sewing scissors, because when he was a child, his mother was a seamstress and he would help her. So he sees like the power of the sewing scissors. So he reaches in the hand, there they are, they do the work. You know, I've seen people with nail clips, chainsaws, whatever. Some people, they're like, it was my hands. My hands just had the power to do it. That's great. you don't need to think in advance what your cutting implement will be. When you look in your hand, it will be there and it will be the perfect instrument for your needs. And if you look in your hand and there's no instrument, then it's going to be like pure energy coming out of your hands, and just go for it. So in this ceremony, hi everyone. I see a lot of people joining up. Thank you. In this ceremony, you call the person to you. It can also be a memory, a location, a situation, anything that you feel is not giving you the level of love and the love rapport that you want. Or if you feel like you're not able to give back the love rapport that you wish. So here's the thing. And this is actually, like, pay attention, this is super important. Bonds of love can never be severed. They can only be strengthened. What you are cutting is the non-love, the connection of non-love. And then the love is strengthened. It's like made even better and bolder and more loving. So you can imagine how powerful this is to do before, like, Thanksgiving dinner, where you're all going to be sitting at a table together and everyone is feeling this powerful love. It's really, really amazing. So those of you who were at my spoon bending webinar the other night, see all the lovely bent things. And then when I was mentioning about the cord cutting ceremony, and immediately I started getting a frog in my throat. So I'm like, oh, I know that I have some things that I need to, some loose ends I need to cut or tidy up here. And so in order to prepare for the ceremony tonight, actually I knew that there was some truth that I would need to be able to share. So I chatted with some family members, and there was nothing big or dramatic. It was just important to have, like, truth there. And part of it was expressing love and appreciation. You know, I had love that I was sending out, but I wasn't, like, targeting it to hit, you know, the hearts of my family members. So they didn't know that I was, like, sending this appreciation to them. So the conversation today really helped clear a lot and open things up for me to be able to lead this ceremony today. Okay, what time is it? Okay, 7:14, great. So I want to talk for a moment about angels, because in promoting this, I was saying, why do angels have swords? I mean, when you think about it, angels are beings of pure love. Anyone who works with angels knows that it's a very high vibration. So what is this high vibrational being of love and light and joy and, you know, kindness doing with, you know, like waving big swords around? Because the angels are the master cord cutters. They wave their sword, non-love disappears. When an angel takes their sword and they cut it into you, they fill you with love. I mean, think about Cupid, little winged Cupid with his arrows, and they send love to people. When angels go and battle demons, they release the demons from the ugliness within them and show them who they were before they became demons, so that they can return to their spirit family, return to their soul group, and regain their light. This is really, really powerful, and that's why angels have swords. So when you hear about this, like, war between good and bad, remember, for the angels to win, for those who are battling for love, light, goodness, and joy, your most powerful weapon is love. And this cord cutting ceremony is amazing with that, let me tell you. So if, like me, you have a knife around, unless I'm doing a ceremony with and again, always keep the knife sheath. Don't wave a blade around. Oh my God, please don't do that. Bad things will happen. So of course, I'm a retired chef, so I've got, like, literally over 100 knives, and some of them are like really long. But that goes along with all the many lives when I spent like 10,000 years as a warrior. And, you know, I do have this passion for like cutting things up. But these days, I do a lot of vegan cooking. So, you know, it's cutting things up with a great deal of love and high vibration. So we're going to do a meditation. And for this, you do not need to focus on your family. You can focus on, you can call anything to you that you want. If you would rather do a test run with, I had a really bad day at work today and I would like to be cut from that, go ahead. I'll tell you, some years ago, I was creating a new food service department for a chain of healthcare facilities. And the person who oversaw my project, I was a consultant, left because she got this amazing other job. And the person who took her place not only didn't want to be there, but she hated the work that I was doing. Like, she didn't see the point of bringing fresh, healthful, nutritious food to healthcare. And she just hated me. She had a lot of darkness in her soul, I will say that, but it wasn't originated from her soul. It was too many years in corporate work, and her ambition got that to her. And so my being around put her in a conflict because she wanted to be a good, kind person, and I was always being good and kind, and everyone responded to me with a great deal of love, and the work went quickly and effectively, and that drove her nuts because she was working in the old paradigm. And, you know, so she was just like constantly just like putting all these complaints about me to our corporate office. So we went in for a meeting, and the night before the meeting, I did a cord cutting ceremony. I was so frustrated, and, you know, I did work to like do really good work, not live in frustration. So I did a cord cutting ceremony, and we went into the corporate office, and we went in for a meeting. And I'll say I've never complained about her. I didn't see the point since, you know, I was a consultant hired for 1 year to create a program and then leave. Like, she's there for career, you know, whatever. And the first thing the corporate head of HR said is, well, the two of you really need to work out this issue between you. And I said, I don't have an issue. What issue are you talking about? And she said, well, all of this back and forth. And I said, I don't have any problems. I mean, look, there's no problem coming from here. So I'm happy to resolve whatever issues she has, because we want to go forward as a team and complete this project that we've been working on for, you know, like 8 months. And the woman looked at me, and even though like she didn't know about the more energetic work I did, and I was wearing a business suit, you know, and all of that, she could see that there was no energy going from me to this other person except kindness. And this other person, all the energy was coming from her to me. And the head of HR looked at her and said, you got to get your act together, because I don't have time to babysit people, you know. And I looked at this other woman, and I said, what can we do to take this forward, you know, in an amicable, productive manner? And she looked at me, and I could see suddenly all of her anger lifted off. It was like fog rising up. And she looked at me for like the first time, and she said, I would really like that. And we started working together. And from that moment on, it was fine. There were no problems, because I cut the cords of disharmony. And when you cut the cords of disharmony, you strengthen the cords of harmony, of love and kindness. And even though those cords were like tiny little like spiderweb strings, they got strengthened. So we had something to build on, and everything worked great. So I'll tell you, this stuff works. I mean, I can give you story after story after story, but let's do it instead. So for those who have joined recently, what we're going to do is a quick meditation. And I'm going to move a little bit fast. So if this meditation goes too quick for you, you can watch it again later. And also, if you go to my YouTube page, I have some longer cord cutting ceremonies, some that go from a half hour to an hour long. And those are like, the one that I did at the end of June, I think like June 27th or 30th, was the most powerful cord cutting ceremony I ever did. And that's on my Bonita Woods YouTube page. Totally recommend if you need like a powerhouse cord cutting. Okay, so we're going to get ourselves energetically into alignment and have energy flowing through our being. And then we're going to let ourselves rise up through our energy and rise up to the Bardo, the Twilight Realm, the land that exists between physical and spiritual. And we're going to go to this place. For some, it looks like you're on the top of a butte, like in Arizona, and it's twilight, and you can see the stars out, and for others, it looks like you're in the clouds. It can look like anything. Some feel like they literally are, like they can see physical on one side, spiritual on the other. So whatever you see, like no matter what I describe, if what you're seeing and experiencing is a little different, go with what you experience, because that's what, the path that you're being taken on, that's what's opening up for you. And you may find that, again, this place can change a little from, it may be in a cave with a sacred fire, whatever it is, it will be right for you. So we will sit there then and we'll acclimate to this place, and then you will call whomever you want to come forward. You can call one person, again, a memory, a location, a situation. You can call your entire family. You can call your entire family one at a time or the whole group. If you call the whole group, what will probably happen, what generally happens, is those that have the most, energetic connections to you will be closer, and then it will go further. And you may even see like some ancestors further out, like maybe for your grandparents, family members who passed away, they may also show up, because this is a soul level calling. And even if they're deceased, they're still connected to you. This is also like the base for a ceremony of doing ancestral healing and clearing, but that's a whole other thing. So we will do the cord cutting. We're going to do a simple one tonight, but again, you can go back and watch this again and again. I'm going to call everyone's family together, but if your family is not what you want to call together, then, whoever you want, whatever you want, just substitute in your mind what it is you're looking for. And then we'll look in our hand. There will be an implement. Don't predetermine it. Let it just be whatever it is. And then cut and cut and cut. And then we will take a time to strengthen the love. If there is no love, then just release. If you have like an ex and you just want them out of your head and you cut, then just release them. Don't look for love connection. Let them go. If you want them out of your life, then let them go. You may find that when you look at the cords, it'll be like, it can look like string, it can look like light, it can look like a cloud, it can look like vines with leaves and flowers on it, or roots or rope. And again, this can change from ceremony to ceremony, depending on the relationship. You may find if you cut the cords, the person you cut from, they'll want to send the cord back to you. So when you cut the cord, you'll find yours goes into you, and wherever the connection is most profound, and you will heal, and their cord goes back to them. Well, they may want to send their cord back out and reconnect with you. It's your responsibility to, no, this is a no cord zone here. Okay. You may need to repeat the cord cutting ceremony a few times over a period of time. as you find that you accidentally allow them to reconnect. But the more experience you get, like I know people are so good at it, they can do a whole ceremony in like under a minute. Okay, everyone. So relax and close your eyes if you like. Breathe in. You can do the yoga breath of breathing in through your nose and letting a long, deep breath come through, and then breathe out through your mouth. Breathe in slowly. Hold your breath and release. And let yourself relax. Don't worry about relaxing. If you notice any parts of your body that are feeling tense, acknowledge the tension and allow it to release on its own. And as you are breathing, you can allow your feet to relax, almost as though your feet are just sort of glopping around you, spreading out, sending roots into the ground, all on their own accord. And you can feel the top of your head relax. And the top of your head, you may find the micro tensions releasing. Allow them to release on their own. You may feel the top of your head is getting a light, tingly, airy feeling, very gentle feeling. You may feel like there's swirls of energy coming in through the top of your head. Top of your head might even feel a little itchy or tingly with all of this good feeling flowing in. And let that energy just flow down through your body, down through your legs, into your feet, where it just flows into Mother Earth. Let that energy just flow through you. It doesn't even matter if you believe in cord cuttings or if you believe in chakras or anything. Just let the energy flow and let it feel good. And then let the top of your head relax some more. And let the energy flow in through the top of your head, through your mind and your throat, and flow down your body into your hips and down your legs, your knees, your shins and calves, ankles, and down to your feet, which lets the energy flow deep, deep into the earth. Breathe in again. Let the energy flow. Relax your feet. Relax the top of your head. The more you relax your feet, the more the top of your head can relax. And the more the top of your head relaxes, the more energy can flow through your being into earth. Breathe in again. Relax. Flow. Feel all that divine, light, tingly energy flowing through your body. The top of your head is becoming so relaxed, light and airy, and tingly. It's almost as though even the molecules in your head don't feel the need to be so close to each other. Everything is just feeling light, opening up, relaxing and flowing. Breathe in again. And as you're breathing, allow the breath, when you exhale, to like lift yourself up out of yourself, almost as though your energy is able to rise up through your light, tingly head and just rise up, becoming so light. You're connecting with the energy that's flowing through you. Rise up, flowing up out of yourself, flowing up with the energy, and with each breath, you feel yourself becoming more light and airy and rising up through this beautiful, light, swirling, tingling, glittering energy, just rising up, becoming more relaxed, more light and airy. And you let yourself rise up, and if you look up in your mind's eye, you can see above you all this swirling love energy, all this energy that's light and tingly, flowing. The energy is helping you rise up like you're just a bit of light, a bit of fluff, a bit of energy rising up in a current of energy, flowing ever upward. You find yourself flowing up. You can feel you're flowing to a target. You can feel yourself as you're rising up being pulled to a target, a destination. You are being called to the twilight realm, the bardo, the land between physical and spiritual, the land between intellect and emotion, the place between all places, the place between time and space. And you may allow yourself to land in the bardo, the twilight realm. Look around, feel the energy. This is beautiful, fresh, healing energy here. There's no space, no time. You are between all things. Look around. You may see that you're on a great mountain. You may feel that you're in a sacred cave. Wherever you are in a realm between realms. You are safe, you are protected, and you are divinely cared for. You are absolutely loved, valued, and appreciated in this space. Breathe in and feel the energy resonate through your being. Breathe in this space. Feel the energy of this space flow around you and wrap itself around your being like a blanket of love and divine protection. Look around again, imprint in this place. And now I want you to call to you. Call your family to you. Call out to your family, all who are related to me, all who are in my immediate family, all who lived in my house when I was growing up, all who are connected to me by bloodline, by ancestry, all who are connected to me by name, all who call me family, and all whom I call family. Come forward. And if this is family by choice, family by adoption, family by happenstance, come forward. All who are family, come forward. Face me now. Allow your senses to open. You may find that you are seeing everyone. You may find you're sensing through hearing or just an instant download of information or a knowingness or an emotion. Don't worry about how you're sensing. However the senses come through, let them come in, accept them, absorb them. It might be symbols, it might be memories, just however it comes through, let it come in and let it be with you. Let your family in and feel the energy. Feel your lifetime of memories, of joys and disappointments. Feel all the love and the anger and the frustration, and feel all the times when you know you can never be good enough, and feel all the times when you know you're amazing, all the celebrations, the heartbreaks. Let all of this come forward and connect with whomever is closest to you, your siblings, your parents, aunts, uncles, whoever is energetically closest to you. If you have anything to say, anything that is in your heart that needs to pour out, you can say it to them. This is a safe place. Your heart can open. If you wish, you can invite them to speak and open their hearts to you. If you do not wish it, don't worry, you don't have to. Feel the energy there. If you see, look at the energy, sense what kind of cords are here between you. And now I want you to look or sense or feel or know to your hand and find what kind of implement, what kind of cutting implement is there in your hand. Connect with this cutting implement. It's yours. And raise it up. And cut and cut and cut. You can cut behind you and around you. You can cut everywhere. Cut. And where you find your cutting, the cutting spreads. It spreads. And you can feel all the non-love, all the horrors, the sadness gets pulled away from you. It is cut. It is gone. Keep cutting till all that remains is love or nothing. And now take a moment, breathe. Allow all those cut lines to heal. Allow yourself to pull back into yourself. And then feel the energy again. Feel the energy that connects you. Feel the love. If all there is love, that's wonderful. Love, joy, happiness, fun, support, friendship. If there's nothing there, and now you're free. If there's anything remaining that is below the vibration of love, take your implement and cut it again. If you feel like you're not ready to cut it, then just send extra love to it. Cut it, sending love. Sometimes we have sorrows we can't release, and that's okay. But you can acknowledge it and send love to it. And now put your implement away. Look at the energy. Feel the energy in you. Feel the energy around you. And you will see something miraculous has happened. When you cord cut to everyone in your family, you also cut and cleared the energy that existed between all of them as well. Not just to you, but for everyone in your family. What a blessing you have just given to your family. A release. If there is anything you wish to say to your family or anything you wish to hear from them, do so now. And breathe again. Tell your family I'll see you all soon. And return to your body. Return to your time and space. Let yourself flow gently back into your being. Let your consciousness return into your mind. Let your energetic spiritual heart reconnect with your heart chakra and your physical heart. Let yourself vibrate back into yourself. Wonderful. Take a breath. You just did a powerful healing ceremony. Congratulations. Oh, okay. So, our time is coming to an end. Thank you all so much for joining me. I'll put some links at the bottom of this video on Facebook to some of my bigger cord cutting ceremonies if you want to do a ceremony with more oomph, more. Oh, I'm getting a lot of happy thoughts. Thank you so much. And I also put a link to our, spoon bending workshop from the other day, which some friends were here and we were having a lot of fun bending spoons. So why is spoon bending relevant to this? Spoon bending is about focusing your energy and releasing your preconceptions of reality. In reality, I cannot do this to a fork with my fingers, but I did because I allowed myself to release my beliefs of defined reality as was told to me. And I allowed myself to claim reality as I wish it to be. That's powerful. So if you want to strengthen your cord cutting skills, learning things like spoon bending and just energy flow and what I would say before about like if you find any micro tensions or pain or a headache, to let the energy flow, acknowledge the micro tensions or the pain and allow them to release on their own. These actions are really helpful with the cord cutting skills. And I just want to say, however you perceive things, it doesn't matter if you're a visual person or not, or whatever, the energy is there. Look up the Ho'ohonohono. And yes, sorry, I'm super dyslexic, so I'm always saying it backwards. So I just want to make sure I said it right. And you'll see some extraordinary stories online. And, Send love to yourself. Breathe in like we did at first. Relax your feet. Relax the top of your head. Let energy flow. Now I'll tell you, when you're with your family, if things happen that bring up micro stresses with yourself, breathe, send the energy flow, and say, I can cord cut that response because that's an old trigger from like when I was 12 years old. I don't need that in my life in the here and now. And you can release that. And then your true current day, modern life, adult response can come forward to things and go, oh, that's actually something that doesn't even bother me. And then you can go forward from there and start building new connections. So thank you all for joining me. Thank you so much. I'll be continuing with some of these online webinars. This one ran 45 minutes because of the subject, but usually they're more like 5 to 30 minutes. A lot of 5 to 10 minute ones. So feel welcome to catch up with me on Facebook or YouTube or my website, bonitawoods.org. And please feel welcome to share your comments, your experience here in the little comments section. I would love to hear how this is doing for you all. Thank you. Happy holidays. I send my love to you all. Bye.